Exactly, Mike. It is the grown-up version of Saturday morning cartoons. It's me. I'm wacky. I was gonna do the Animaniacs theme, and it just completely left my brain. Bill Clinton plays the sax. It's stitching with DH. There we go. I sound a lot lower energy than I actually am, but it was good for that bit. Hi everyone. Morning. Toot on the 40 stream streak. Holy heck. Oh, and Argyle poured my coffee, so let's get that going. I have a slightly more like zoomed in view, so we're gonna see how this goes. All right. I'm gonna do Argyle. So, the word Argyle, as the name for the Argyle Coast, which is how Argyle spells it, it means, it comes from Argyle, R, and then Guile, or Goyle, like, it's kind of like weird how they pronounce it. Anyways, so basically there were two kinds of people to the Celts. There were the Gaels and the Giles. You can see why it's like a little bit weird with the pronunciation, but basically anyone who wasn't a Gael was a Guile, and Argyle is where the other people, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce it, would come and trade. So it was the coastline of the non-Celts, basically. That's where the word Argyle comes from. So now Argyle has poured my coffee there. Good morning, Stitch Shine. Morning, Cross. I still have to update your thing. I have to fix my shit. Welcome in. So I have some of my coffee here. I have a Camp Blood.
Is such a thing even possible?
Which is s'mores. You're welcome. Thank you, Toot, for the e-minder. Where did I put my Cryon cards? Oh, they're over here. I rearranged my drawers a little bit. Toot has requested the wisdom of Cryon. So, Cryon, the angel Cryon, as channeled by Lee Carroll, wrote several books, and their words of wisdom were distilled into this deck of oracle cards. So I in no way want to make fun of people who use oracle cards in their daily practice. If you can get some wisdom, some clarity, some help from these readings, I'm really happy for you. They're also just slightly unhinged. So we never know what we're gonna get. Either it's something that's like really meaningful, or something that's like just a little bit, not even a little bit, a lot bit unhinged. I'm sorry, camera. I keep making you refocus. Alright, so we're gonna do 2 cuts, as has become my custom. Alright. These are your times, bought and paid for with thousands of years of incarnations and work by yourselves. Claim this time. You're empowered to do so. This is why you are dearly loved. Okay, so I think we got a little bit unhinged. I suppose the Angel Cryon believes in reincarnation. These are your times, bought and paid for with thousands of years of incarnations and work by yourselves. Claim this time. You are empowered to do so. This is why you are dearly loved. I'm not entirely sure that explains why I'm dearly loved, but take forward this message from the Angel Cryon into your daily life. Got this for $4 at the thrift store, by the way. Best thrift store purchase ever. Toot found it. It was like, oh no, this is coming home. Toot asks, Cryon, where can I register a complaint about my time? I believe you would have to speak with the librarian of the Karmic Records. Not Karmic. Akashic Records. I think my former lives got scammed. Toot's former lives went for a discount and instead got the store brand version of a life. Oh, that sounded really mean. I love you. Cross is still on the couch with the phone, haven't turned on anything else. Well, I'm so glad you were able to join us. Is that the Cryon version of Carpe Diem? It could very well be. Seize the day because reincarnation and you are dearly loved in an ominous, ominous way. But hi everyone. Welcome in. Brian said brains and I thought they said trains and said no thanks, I'm not going. Oh no, I hope the Angel Cryon is not in charge of our reincarnation. 40 stream streak! Let's go. Thank you, Cross. That is an incredible streak. I can't believe it's been 40 streams since they turned those on. I honestly, you have the option to turn them off as a streamer. And I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them on. Because when they first rolled out stream streaks, they would reset and break really easily. Which caused a lot of, like, I don't know, not drama, but just people complaining about the streaks. So I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them on. But with the whole, you can watch the VOD or clips to reclaim your streak, I think that really helps. So I'm going to keep them on for the moment. But hi everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. They're DH and the Toot. DH and the Toot. DH and the Toot, 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 Toot. One is a genius, the other's insane. Prove their chaos worth. They'll overthrow the earth. I'm still gonna get copyright claimed for my amazing rendition. Have you guys heard the theory that Pinky actually passes away in the first episode and the rest of the series is about, it's not about Brain trying to take over the world, it's about Brain trying to resurrect Pinky? The whole thing. So yes, Argyle, thank you. This is, as you guys know, I just have a knot here. I'm gonna stitch over this and then trim the end, because that's gonna be stubborn. This is my tattoo hoodie. You can see some of the tattoos here. I'm kind of getting I'm kind of getting to the point where I can go in from either end. I can go in from the sleeve end or the shoulder end. So I'm trying the shoulder end to see if it's a little bit easier. Hey, Gothy, welcome in. It's been a minute. Enjoy your lurk. Yes, catch up on the floss tubes. I was doing that a little bit yesterday. There always seems to be new floss tubes. So Argyle asks which tattoo I'm working on. So it's your turn, chat. Who's that Pokemon? Yes, Lana, it's Mew! You were not the person I expected to answer that question, but... And Toot is also correct in that this Mew is for Hailcat. Because right here is Gengar. This is Gengar's ear here. So I've got one for Cross, one for Hailcat. I do owe Cross another tattoo. The redeem for Choose My Tattoo is open. So if you would like to, you can redeem that, choose a small, like 25 by 25-ish motif, either from one of my patterns or a free pattern, or like what I'm using now is actually a perler bead pattern. Just something I can work off of. And it'll go on my sweater. So the next one up is going to be Tiny Frank, the voodoo doll. But I wanted to do Mew for Hailcat first. Hi, Hailcat! Hi, we won! We won. Titties. Ooh, Toot with the pick your tattoo. Patient 7 on the hoodie. Alright, that'll happen. Toot also says titties, we won titties. But also, we won. I'm glad you're here. Cross says don't worry Toot, she's already yelling it. I'm flipping this over more because I want to I want to make sure I stitch over this loose, I don't know how well you can see it against the blue, but there's like this strand of knotted black. So I just want to make sure I'm stitching over that and getting it all properly caught. I activated the wee one. We'll teach wee one about pronouns later. It's fine. They're like 6 or something. I don't know how old children are ever. One thing, like, if you asked me to guess the age of a child, I would have no clue. I know, like, baby. And then I could probably do like 16, 17. Anything in between, I'm like, I don't know how old this child is. It's a child. Sing the ring-a-song, torture everyone. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. Ring-a-ding-a-ding. What? Toot, why did you pin Narf? Why is that a thing that is pinned? Is it because I'm a Saturday morning cartoon now? Maybe I should just she knew Squid Game immediately, says Squid Game TV. Yeah. Yeah, that's just... Oh, there's my needle. So I am working on my tattoo hoodie, as we covered. This is a sprite of the Pokemon Mew. So if you guys are working on anything while you're hanging out with me, please let me know. There have been some really cool projects in the community and in the community lately. Moon finished her Cozy Celestial Quaker on stream, which was so cool. I'm so happy to see that finished. A lot of people have been finishing that. I need to go and beg for pictures. Toot's been stitching on money bags. Ope. What ope? Nope. Ope. What did I do? Anyway, Toot is stitching on their own hoodie project, which is all of the Phasmophobia badges, which is so cool. Caps Echolalia B. Money bags is one of the newest badges that they put in, and it's got like a little American Eagle with it's supposed to look like a credit card. It was a fun one to design, although while Toot was stitching it, it did kind of look like a chicken. Only 90 stitches left, yay! Those badges look small, but they're 660 something stitches total. Because they're, of course, they're full coverage, as all my tattoos are. Ross is currently trying to find the courage to get off the couch. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that so much. We went out yesterday, which was fun. It was a lot of fun. We went and we had lunch, we went to Michael's, and then we went to Giant Tiger. Giant Tiger was honestly a bit disappointing. They didn't have the storage stuff, which I thought they would. It says they are $6.65, which is a wild I will add one more stitch for you for the next one. Just one stitch. I can do it. It won't make anything off center, I'm sure. It will. I can't do that and make it even. Toot says, please do not. Ross needs to go out soon, making Chipotle at home tonight. Need chilies and pico. Ho, 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 delicious. But yeah, and then we came home, but like, we got home and it's snowy out, so just walking and driving is so much harder on the body. We got home and we both kind of went, we're done now. Toot set a timer for like an hour to get up, and when it went off, she goes, what person, evil person, put a timer on my phone? Yeah, we did not get much done last night. I was really stiff when I got up this morning. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get anything done. I'm feeling better now that I've like woken up and loosened up a little bit, but I'm still very sore. We did, however, get strawberries at Giant Tiger. Giant Tiger is like, it's a department store. It's like a discount department store. Kind of. It's not a dollar store, but it's also not like a Walmart. It's somewhere in between there. But they had strawberries. $2 for a box of strawberries in the middle of winter. And these strawberries smell like strawberries. They smell so strongly like strawberries. I was cutting them this morning and my entire office smells like summer now. Like, oh, sorry about that. I suddenly had to cough. I'm just gonna take a sip here, do some hydration. But I don't know where they got these strawberries in the middle of winter. I don't know how they can sell these strawberries for $2 a box. Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. But they smell and they taste and like strawberries, so I'm taking it as a win. But other than that, it was a little bit disappointing. They were advertising a bunch of just gonna hydrate in the middle of my sentence. They were advertising a bunch of like home storage organizational stuff in the flyer, but there really wasn't that much in store. So a little sad over that. But Toot found a couple of really promising looking things, including this buffalo cheese dip thing. And of course, so as you know, if you've watched any stream from myself, Cross, or Moon lately, the Lexington 3-tier carts are on clearance at Michael's for $25. Along with a bunch of the Lexington accessories. Luna! Hello, hello! Welcome in. So we picked up 2 the other day. We picked up 3 the other day. That's a lie. We picked up 3. And we're like, okay, this is awesome. And then we went to a different Michael's because we wanted to go to Applebee's for lunch. And there's only one Applebee's between here and Niagara Falls. Which happened to be right across from another Michael's that we don't usually go to because it's a little bit far away. So we went into that Michael's looking for the Lexington accessories because I wanted to get some card dividers. And they had the emerald green Lexington, which is one that I wanted, but it wasn't showing as in stock at that location, or else I might have made the drive out. So we got 2 more Lexington. It's fine. They're super handy, and like they literally never go on sale. I worked at Michael's for over a year. They did not go on sale once. No one I worked with had ever seen them go on sale. And we couldn't even use our employee discount on them. Like, they do not go on sale. So that's why we kind of jumped at these. Like, they advertise them a lot. They advertise them a lot, but it's never for a sale price. It's just, we sell these things. Mike says, according to my Michael's online, only certain colors of Lexington are on sale. Yes, they're clearing out certain colors, so it isn't everything. It is just certain colors. But it's not like ugly colors or anything. We got some really nice ones. Yes, but only a few aren't on sale. Yeah, it looks like they're like going for a certain like rose gold aesthetic, that kind of like rose gold, you know what I mean? Like that, not pastel, but like soft metallic. Anyways, and I think the Simply Tidy line is either getting a rebrand or is just getting rid of completely because like everything's on clearance. But who knows? Who can say? There were murmurs a couple years ago. Yeah, it would be a couple years ago now that Michael's was getting rid of their cross stitch section which would have been a dear blow for us, but so far that hasn't come to fruition. Says I'm hoping it's a rebrand. Accessories will disappear otherwise. Yeah. Yeah. Toot got a it's like an acrylic bin with 3 compartments that fits just perfectly in half of one of the tiers. It's very nice. So I've got my plan. I have one that is going to stay in my office that currently houses all of our floss, hoops, and finishes, like unframed finishes. And then I've got one that's like going to be a mobile stitching station that I can take wherever I'm going in the house. So it's got tools, like one set of tools, seam ripper, scissors, that kind of thing. My current whips. And then I think on the bottom level I'm going to put a bin that I can just eat stuff that needs to move around the house with me. Like if I have it in the living room and I'm stitching in the living room and then I need to go to my office, I'll put whatever needs to go in the kitchen or the office in the bin and then just while I'm going. And then I kind of want a third for in here because we have 2 that we're not sure what we're going to do with that right now are assigned to the kitchen. Kind of want a third for in here, but I'm not exactly sure. Like, I like the idea of having the storage, but I'm also moving more storage. I have to do some rearranging in here. I also have to put away a bunch of supplies. I messed up somewhere. 1, 2, 3. I messed up somewhere. One, 2, 3, and 1 up. Okay, that's fine. I did 1 down, 2 over, 1 over, 2. Is this leggy not long enough? Is that what I did? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We're rolling with it. I don't know what I did. Fine. Either one leggy is too short or one arm is too long, and I don't know, but it looks fine. And especially for tattoos, but anything that has like a bold outline like this, I always love doing the outline first and then making it like more like a coloring book for myself. I find that it's less counting overall. Apparently the name of the gray one we got is Greige, and you're dead. Oh no. Not the gray beige. Not the sad beige mom gray. Millennial gray. Oh no. Kelp? I'm liking this new camera angle. What do you guys think? I can get a little bit closer without getting my head in the shot. You dig it? Good. Alright, so that needs an extra stitch here. Okay. Bring that up. Alright, and then all I have to do is, in the black, is outline the eye. So, normally for if I have to do a big jump on my tattoos. Hey Fenrir, welcome in. I am stitching Mew, yep, and is that a red-footed tortoise for your photo? That is a live footage of a red-footed tortoise. I swear she's a live footage. That is a live feed. She just isn't moving very much. But hello, welcome in. How? Please show sign of life. Yeah, no, she's just not moving very much. There we go. She says she's sleepy. She doesn't want to perform. Hey, Jilly, welcome in, welcome in. I lost my needle. A pretty tortoise. She is a very pretty tortoise. Her name is Pal. She's a red-footed tortoise. She's about 13 years old now. So she's still a baby. When it comes to tortoise ages, like, you know how they say like cat years and stuff? When it comes to tortoise ages and tortoise years, it's about the same as a human, honestly, in terms of their growth. So she's the same as a 12-year-old human in terms of her development. What I was saying was, usually on my tattoos, what I do is here, is I make sure that my stitches are buried when I do jumps, because I don't want to have long loops of thread. Like, this is the basing stitch, but if I had this just hanging out as a float, then that would get caught like on my fingers. However, all of this area is going to get stitched over, so I feel better just doing, like, actually gonna jump over this loop, go under a little bit of the fabric. So I just went through the fabric so that it's not so it'll show. Toot asks, are there any strawberries left? There are. There's about 2 more servings the size of the one that I gave you. So I'll just go under the fabric a little bit, but also I know this is all going to get stitched over, so that'll bury any long jumps that I'm doing. I think it's the same concept as doing a waist knot start, like for full coverage. Speaking of which, Hellcat started a gorgeous full coverage. And I mentioned the waist knot method. I don't know if that's what you're using. I think you're using something similar, at least. But looking so good. Pao took offense that you thought she was a picture and is now staring dead into the camera. Hubs walked in and heard you say tattoo and yelled, "De plane, de plane." Oh. So yeah, like you can see on the other ones, I don't like leaving long floats. I should actually trim these more. These are ends. But because I don't want to catch my fingers, at the same time, they do kind of like mush down in the wash. Because I just throw this hoodie through the washer and dryer. Like I bathe it. No, that's not the word I wanted. I wash it like I would a normal hoodie. So the threads kind of, not felt because it's cotton and cotton doesn't felt, but like they do kind of like mush together and even out. Oh, on the kitchen counter. I hid the strawberries from Toot by putting them on the kitchen counter. So she just came and stood in the doorway to my office and stared at me until I noticed her standing there. Disability hack. If you have something to prep, such as cutting the tops off 3 boxes of strawberries, it's totally okay to take it to like your desk or something and sit and do it there. You don't have to stand at the kitchen counter and do it. So I brought them into my desk here and watched YouTube videos with Toot while I was slicing the strawberries, and it was so much easier because I didn't have to also deal with standing. Because as I said, my body, she's owie. I like using the oh, we're giving some straws to Pow. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. Straws for Pow. Let's see if she goes after them. You can see the remains of her Swiss chard. I like getting her different greens. And we went to, especially if we go to a grocery store instead of getting delivery. I'm at a point of disability where doing a grocery run is possible for me, but the consequences are not worth not doing delivery. So we do delivery most days, most weeks, but sometimes we'll go in to different grocery stores to just kind of see what they have and look for different things. And I always like to get fresh for Pow while we're doing that, because I'm able to find stuff that even the store that we might be doing groceries with has in stock, but they don't have listed on the website, like dandelion greens and Swiss chard and collard greens and watercress and stuff like that. So I like getting things like that for her. Where did my Ort jar go? Oh right, I put it in my traveling cart here. Our guy says, yes, this is the best tip. I do things at the kitchen table with my iPad on. Same idea. Yeah, exactly. We don't have a kitchen table, so I went in to do it on my desk. But yeah, just finding ways of making things easier for yourself is totally okay. It's not cheating. So I'm gonna show you guys. I actually just set up. What? This is my stitch log. Good morning, Moon. I summoned Moon by pulling out my notebook. Toot says fiddle ferns and lettuce. I said all right, but it wasn't quite because I caught him in the autumn in my garden one night. He was robbing me. There we go, pal. I was having a snacky snack. I set up the page for my tattoo hoodie actually, and you will notice that there is Green Bungalow is no longer a current whip, but it's not in finishes. It's in FFOs. I actually like fully finished framed Green Bungalow. I'm so proud of myself. I'll show that in a second. But yeah, so I set up a page for my tattoo hoodie. So my usual project pages look like this, with all the details and then the progress and all that kind of stuff and any notes. The tattoo hoodie is different because it's a bunch of small projects and I don't know when I'm going to be finished, so I can't do I don't know what percentage done I am because I don't know what the total number of I can't figure it out. So what I did was I just put down the materials that I'm using, which is a 4X teal hoodie from Walmart and 14 count waist canvas, and then I listed each tattoo that I've done with the date that I stitched it, or in the case of this pentacle, the date that Moon stitched it for me. So yeah, so that's all the motifs that I've done so far. One that I did as a separate project was the I Want to Believe, the big one from Stitch Sprout, because that was about 2,000 stitches. So that one I did as its own separate project, but otherwise I don't record them as their own separate projects because they're small. Mew's actually quite large. She's about 800 stitches. One thing I like about Candy Pad, if you're looking for small patterns, Candy Pad is a perler bead site, and each pattern shows you how many colors is used in it, which makes it really easy to do the conversion to floss. But it also tells you how many beads you need, which will tell you how many stitches you need. So yeah, Candy Pad. Thank you for typing that out. So yeah, this is you've got my, let's see if I can turn this off. Oop. Now you just see the reflection of the camera. But yeah, here's my finish of Green Bungalow. This is in a thrifted frame from not Valley Village, from Lee's. But yeah, I love it. I love it. It looks so good in this frame too. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Wanda says I like the vibe, and Moon says it's gorgeous. Thank you. I also fully finished this one from I did this one early 2024. So it's finally in a frame. However, I'm really glad so I did this on ivory. On ivory. My iron stained it. My iron stained the back of it because my iron is rusty, so I need a new iron. So that's gonna... But I have Amazon credit, so I'm gonna spend some of the Amazon credit on getting a new iron. Thank you, Toot. Toot says the FFOs are so good. I'm just catching up on chat a little bit. Pow's going to town on those strawberries. Oh yeah. Pow takes after Toot. They inhaled their strawberries too. Their fruit bat self is desperate for fresh fruit. Yeah. Yeah, it's that time of year. I wonder if we ordered delivery from Giant Tiger, if they'd just specifically for strawberries. Alright. So I am finished with the black outline. Yay! Who's that Pokemon? Mike says the Squirrel Sampler is one of your patterns available in hard copy, as I recall. Yes, it is. That was one of the first batch of 20 that I did. I am working on another batch of 10 that are going to be going out to ICG, and fingers crossed. I'm in touch with a couple of LNSs, so they might be available in more shops. We'll see. We'll see. Knock wood. I also got in touch with a local gift shop about carrying our kits, so knock wood again. Dude, finishing the meme. It's Pikachu! What was I doing? I was grabbing my white floss. So here's my other hack, which is probably not a great hack, and I want to get a sandwich bag. But when I'm working on my hoodie, I put all the floss that I need in the pocket of the hoodie. It's like its own little project bag. Tiny little project bag. But easy to fall out of. So I think I'm gonna get a sandwich bag and then put the floss in the sandwich bag in the pocket. This is my scrap white from... Oh. What project was I working on where I needed all of this white? Can't remember. Oh my goodness. That did not work out in any way the way that I wanted it to. Curly Pop struggled for that last piece of berry. She always seems to make things harder on herself with the berry, with eating. I am struggling with this strand of white right now, but that's okay. It's been through a lot. Like, it's the very last piece of white from the bobbin, so it's been wound and rewound and strands pulled out of it and rewound, and it's a little bit beaten. Okay, so I'm working. I like doing the eyes first. I thought there were 2 shades of blue in the eyes, but I just couldn't see. So there's only 1 shade of blue. So I'm gonna do the blue and the white. So my play here. There are 3 shades of pink in the body. There's a dark pink, a dark pink, and then the light pink. That's the main color. So I'm gonna do them in that order. So by the time I get to the light pink, which is the most stitches, I can just fill in. I don't need to look at the pattern anymore. Toot says she is now staring at me like, bitch, I know there's more berries out there. Share. I'll give her some berries when we defrost the ones in the freezer. I might defrost those peaches and give them to her. Arla says I can't thread a needle like that. Wow, it took me 10 minutes to thread a needle when I lost my needle threader. I don't know why. Apparently this is just a gift. I didn't realize that other people... Like, this is gonna sound a bit... I didn't realize that other people struggled with it. I honestly didn't realize that it was something that people struggled with. But a lot of people do. A lot of people rely on a needle threader. Or suffer a lot of frustration. I'm just gifted, I guess, with that muscle memory. Like me! Yeah, exactly. I just have that muscle memory from childhood, I guess. And I don't know. It's like curling your tongue. Some people can do it and some people can't. Jilly says, I'm generally okay with threading needles, but occasionally I'll get a thread that's extra annoying. Yeah. There's always going to be a thread that's extra annoying. I was working on Enchantress, and I had to thread 3 strands onto a 28. Did it perfectly. Perfectly. First try, 3 times in a row. Totally fine. And then I go to thread 2 strands on a 24, and I can't do it. Like, it just depends on the thread. Got 1 little stitch over here for my... Sometimes it just takes a couple of tries, yeah. Sometimes I get cocky. And because the way that I thread the needle... I'll show you. So I wrap it around the needle point, the needle eye, to make like a little point, and then I squeeze it. And then I squeeze it between my fingers, and then I like guide that point through the eye. This is kind of cheating because this eye is enormous, but I guide it through the eye. And usually when I'm at this point with this much through, see, I'm good to just pull it through. So I'll just like leave it like that. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. And then I get screwed because that's actually not far enough. But it was fine this time. Billy says, I recently got a little bird needle threader, but I've realized it can actually only hold one strand. Oof. I tried one of those automatic threaders. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but you put the needle in and then you like lay the thread over and then you hit the button and it's supposed to like thread the needle for you. It did nothing for me except shred my floss, which was too bad because like it would have been so cool if it had worked. You got a 30-40 pack of those little metal threaders. We got a 30-40 pack of these threaders. That's a needle stuck to it. Yeah, these guys. This one I stuck a magnet to so it sticks to my arm here, which is why it had a needle stuck to it as well. We got like a 30 pack of those. We're actually starting to run low because they're not the sturdiest things. I think it's one of those things where you get like a 30 pack and you kill most of them, but then there's like one that manages to just survive, and it never dies on you and it will last forever. Mike says, wow, that's a non-licking method of threading the needle. You lick the strands to a point to thread a needle. I can do that too. I just don't like to. And Cross says they're not sturdy. You lost one to the couch already last night. Yep. Yeah, so a little bit of super glue and a magnet makes that slightly better. But just slightly. What was I doing? I was grabbing the blue for the eyes. Back into the pocket I go. The only thing about working from the candy pad curly bead patterns is that you do have to do a floss conversion. But because of the nature of my tattoos and they're so small, I kind of don't stress it too much. I just wing it and it's a little bit of a good enough. It's a bit different for the Pokemon because they do have a certain like color that I'm trying to match. But for stuff like these potion bottles, although these potion bottles came from a cross stitch pattern, so like this Blaha, I could play with the color of the Blaha, and then I used my own color conversion for what I usually use for the trans flag. And same for Catnap, I just picked the closest colors I could. You have to super glue your new needle minder already? Magnet fell off? Oh no! Was it one of the ones I sent? What? Hellcat, welcome in! Hellcat hype, pew 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 pew! I know you've been listening, but we were talking about your full coverage project, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I love it so much. Between you and Moon, I'm like, maybe I will give full coverage another try. Because my Dimensions kit doesn't quite feel like full coverage, even though I know it is. But it's like, it's not what you mean when you say full coverage as a genre of stitching, if that makes sense. Moon says, how so? Because it's a mix of half stitches and full stitches, and because it relies on backstitch for the details of the face. Like, it is full coverage in that it fully covers the piece, but when I think of like full coverage as a genre, it's all full stitches. So you can like play with different methods and different numbers of threads and that kind of thing, whereas for the Dimensions kits, like, some of them take 1 thread, some of them take 3 threads, some of them take 6 threads. Like, you can't really make adjustments that way. Anyways, they just feel like a different genre of stitching, but I'm really enjoying. Hellcat finally got their butt up and got moving. Definitely got out of sloth mode and going to be a productive adult today. Take easy, also important if you need to take easy. But if you are up to and feel like being a productive adult and that is what's going to fill your cup today, I support. We are here for you. Julia is currently walking on the sun. Julia is currently working on your Dimensions Gold stitching, and it does rely on a lot of different stitches and details. Yeah, it's it fully covers the fabric, but it is a different type of stitch, I would say. But at the same time, I don't really want to get into a project that big. Or I don't know. I just don't think it's I don't think I'd actually enjoy it as much as I think I would enjoy it. And I'm trying to recognize that in myself. Toot and I had this conversation yesterday about how I'm very proud of myself, and I'm proud of Moon because we've been growing in this together, of kind of like that know thyself, know not just your limits, but also it's not like what you're not able to do, but it's knowing what's not going to be fun for you, what's not good, what's going to stress you out, what's going to take the joy away from stitching for you, and recognizing that before we start doing it instead of as we're doing it. Kali, welcome in. But yeah, I'm really like proud of us for recognizing that in ourselves. Oh heck, it's been an hour already. Wow, okay. So, my ad's about to start. I run 3 minutes of ads every hour to keep pre-rolls off, so people coming in won't have ads. I'm not going to do anything. I might do a little bit more stitching. I might just join the next color. But yeah, let me run some ads, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the critter cams, and I will see you guys in 3 minutes. Hello, we are back. I almost forgot to turn the mic back on. Oop, hitting the camera. Hitting the camera. Alright, so I'm starting the darkest pink. So these are the pinks that I went for with, for Mew. So we got the dark pink, mid dark pink, and then the light pink. I went with more like a salmon-y palette. Start with this one. Yeah, I really recommend the perler bead sites, especially if you're looking for game sprites, because there's a lot of them. It's very nice. Another person who does small, like literally 30 by 30 cross stitch patterns is Shannon Christine Designs on Instagram. A little bit old school in her design aesthetic, but if you're looking for like a really tiny cross stitch pattern, her Freebie Fridays are really good. I actually did one that was my little autumn moon stitch. I think is in my drawer right here. I don't think the vibes of them would necessarily match my my hoodie, but I like doing the, yeah, so this is one. This is 30 by 30 on 20 count, so it's super tiny. But just little things like this, like they're really cute. So yeah. Someone was looking for small patterns to kind of kickstart them back into cross stitch, because they lost their stitchy bug, so I had it on my brain. Billy says, this just reminded me, I have a coffee to drink before it goes cold. Yes, drink the ADHD coffee. You just realized that the theater trip you booked is at the end of next week? How is it so close already? I don't know how it is the 17th of January already. Like, I do not know how we are this late in the month already. It's wild. I got the next deadline for just cross stitch and it's like February 10th. I'm like, oh, that's like forever away. That is not forever away. That is not forever away. I gotta get my butt on that. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna drink out of my DH Dino tumbler.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello.
Holly, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. 5 whole months. Speaking of time going fast and yet slow. Holly, thank you so much. Alright, let's get you a sticker. It's gonna be a bit awkward because the camera's so zoomed in. This is for doing your name extra big because it makes me happy. 5 months. Here we go. Over here, let's do a little flower. Thank you guys so much. So this is the book of this is not the book of support, that's Moon Thing. This is the community scrapbook. So if you want a sticker in here for the month, you can subscribe, gift subs, cheer bits, or raid the channel. And then every month I collect up the stickers and then add some extra How long have I been muted? Did you guys hear my spiel about how you can get a sticker in the book? Oh dear. 300 years, okay. Alright, scrapbook. You can get a sticker in the book. Cheer bits, subscribe. We have some extra raid the channel. And then, oh yes, and then I do some extra, like, milestones that we reach. So if we got Star Seller and Etsy, if we, how many followers we got, how many Patreons we got, that kind of thing. We are up patrons this month, which is phenomenal. People love the Alien Quaker, which I love to see it. So. If you also love the Alien Quaker and the minis that Cross has been stitching, sign up for the Patreon. Tier 1 gets you a monthly free membership, gets you a free pattern every month. Tier 1 gets you a free pattern and a mini pattern. Tier 2 gets you a free pattern, a mini pattern, and a larger exclusive pattern. I didn't just sew my shirt together. Nope, that's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is my it's fine noise. But yeah. Did I also mute the music? Is the question. Oh, music's still going. It's just quiet. Dude says I put my floss somewhere safe. Send help. Oh no. Oh no. Good luck. Was it? It's fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine. Oh, also my PK tablet turned off. So I'm working from a downloaded image. But because I'm working from a downloaded image, my tablet will go to sleep. I set it for the longest sleep period, which is 30 minutes, but still if I don't touch it for 30 minutes, then it goes to sleep. So I'm like, oh, okay. Whereas Pattern Keeper is an always on program. Sorry. Trying to round my fabric so you can both see it, but also I can stitch and hold this comfortably. This is slightly too big for any of the clips that I have, so I have to hold it in place. That's okay. I don't have to like death grip it, which I have been death gripping it. I don't have to. So safe, it's even safe from being found by you. Yeah, it's the ultimate safe place. The ultimate safe space. Ow. I just stabbed myself with my needle. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Why would you say it's not fine when it's fine? Julie says, when I was home for the holidays, I put my needle somewhere safe on my needle minder. And then one of the cats brushed against it and kidnapped it, and we found it on Ash's food mat. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I try and like keep track of all of my needles for that exact reason. Sam has also mostly learned not to play with the floss. She has not complete. Oh, I figured out what I did. I figured out what I did. Okay, that's fine. We're rolling with it. But if it's like dangly, like if we forgot to put the needle on the needle minder or there's a trailing bit of floss, then she will see it as a dangly toy. Julie says by we I mean my mom. She noticed something shiny in the corner and I got a picture while I was out with friends. Oh no. She's learning. Yes, Moon, she is learning. She doesn't really mess with floss while you're actively stitching, but if it's a dangly bit, then she's like, ooh, I like dangly toys. Speaking of dangly toys, I put some on the throne. We do have a throne. I updated it recently. If you guys would like to treat the kiddos to anything, I put all of their favorite toys on there. Sam's favorite toy is one of the door hangers. Like, it's got the little like clampy thing that you put it on the door frame and then it hangs down and it's on a springy it's on like a bungee cord type thing. She loves it so much. Toot and I both thought that the other person was like tucking it up out of the way so that she wouldn't be able to jump up, so that she wouldn't like basically play with it. No, she was just springing it so hard it was getting stuck in the ceiling. Ta-da! Yeah, it was... No, Sam, your treats are over here. Sam. Okay, Sam does not want treats. No desk treats for Sam. Oh, thank you for doing the command, Moon. But yeah, she was like, she would pull it down so hard that it would spring up and like drape over the top of the door, or it would get stuck in like the shelving or something like that, so she couldn't play with it. So we've just been unsticking the dragonfly whenever we can. Sam, those are treats. I know. I'll just move this. Sam. Baby girl. Hey. This is stream time. Yeah. I know. You don't go on Daddy's desk very much. It's fine. Sam is doing so well. We just took her for her second vet appointment, so her third set of shots. Cross as it is, and now it's my show. Bye, Dad. Yeah. Hi, baby girl. Can I have your treats? Oh, okay. The hands are scary. Sorry about that. She's doing so good. She went for her second vet appointment. So her last vet appointment, she weighed 1.8 kilos. She now weighs 3 kilos. Are you gonna give Binks your treats? I can take Binks away. Sam, you need to eat your treats. They're good for you. Sam. Okay. Alright, Binks, you can come eat the treats. Sam does not like that. She's so small. But yes, she's getting bigger. So at the end of November, she was 1.8 kilos, and now she is 3 kilos. Cross says, Binks! Now where's my favorite? Summons Gigi. Gigi doesn't like these treats. Which is because they are good for him. Alright, so we're getting Binks time. She's doing happy food growls. And Moon says that Sam is a future big girl. Yes. Sam and Springtrap are both going to be future large girls. I'm very excited. Alga says, I don't think I've ever seen Binks either. Yeah, Binks doesn't often come to visit, and when she does, it's usually a drive-by. She doesn't settle. But she'll do a drive-by every now and then. Yeah, Daddy's desk is gonna smell like stinky, stinky treats. Cross, it worked. Your summons worked. We have a handsome man. Woo! We have a handsome man's butt. Gigi! Gigi, come here. Gigi's just looking at me like, what the fuck is this shit? Why are you doing this to me? Toot got out the good treats. Gigi, come here. No, Gigi. Dumbass. Gigi. Gigi. There we go. Gigi time. Yeah, Binks is now crying because she didn't get enough treats, even though she ate her treats. And then she ate Sam's treats. There are half-eaten soggy treats all over my desk now. I'm so okay with this. Toot will also feed them treats on my side of the bed, not her side of the bed. Will he pick and choose the good treats? I think he's eating both of them actually, which is good. The larger treats are dental treats. And he's the one with the most dental issues. Not issues, just concerns. Mainly because he's a boy. But he's very picky about them. He's eaten both. Good boy. Oh, you okay? Ate too fast, baby boy? Moon says, ooh, tricking Gigi. You should get some dental treats at home. We also got dental toys, which are like, they're like chewy sticks that also help them. Oh my god, my desk is such a mess now. Moon says, yeah, I'm supposed to get used to toothbrushes. That's never gonna happen. Good luck with that. We tried with Gigi. I mean, honestly, some cats will do it. And if any cat could, I think Yuna would. Yuna's a good girl. Yuna knows more tricks than any other cat that I know. Yep, been putting it off for a year. Toot can't find their floss, so you need to suffer with me. Have you lost your entire floss box? Did you put it in one of the new carts? What am I doing? What am I doing here? What are any of us doing here?
Good morning, starshine.
Gigi biddies!
The earth says hello.
Gigi! You did so good! Cross is making it rain! You're making it rain! Alright, let's get you a sticker in the book. Let's hope I don't alt myself. Mute myself again. Alright, and because they're Gigi biddies, we have to do a Gigi sticker. And I know there are some cat stickers in here. I think there's some cat stickers in here. I'm no longer sure that there are cat stickers in here. Okay, I'm gonna do this I like it ham because he's a ham. Gigi is a ham. And thank you so much for the bits. Gross. 200 bits. There we go. Sticker. Need to do something about the shadow going on here. That's not good. Oh, no. Don't want to zoom in. Stop zooming. Goodness. No, 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 no. Oh, too far. Too far. Okay. All I wanted was to get the light to not have a shadow. Okay, let's see if that works. Julie says we had to have Lizzie on a wet food diet because she needs to lose weight, but it wasn't working with dry food, but it also means she isn't getting any treats or anything enough for her teeth. Ah, I see, yeah. So the dental toys might be good. Because they're not treats, they're just toys. Moon with the Leshy zoom. I forgot that I can zoom in and out on this camera. It's good to know. Because then I don't have to like physically put the camera as close to me as it currently is. Just doing a quick check. I'm trying to see how much battery I have left, but it's not showing me. Okay, we're good. Going to Meijer. Have a good Meijer trip. Enjoy. I'm just doing these little dots of dark pink, and again, I'm not super concerned with floats at the moment. I don't know if floats is the right term. I'm kind of stealing it from knitting, but I'm not super concerned with the floats because I'm going to be stitching over everything with the light pink. So when I get to the light pink, I will worry about floats. Julie says she's down to a good weight now. I think the vet wants to get a little more off, but not much. So we started giving her some treats again, but not loads. That makes sense. You're doing a good husbandry there. But yeah, there's the throne link again. It just came up. It'll come up on a timer. If you want to ever help out, get some treats, get some toys. Would it be traveling? Maybe. Traveling would be... I think traveling would be the term. Not too worried about traveling. Cross says, love you guys. We're off to make some errands. Have fun. Drive safe. I don't want you to get stuck in the snow. We had a huge snowstorm on Tuesday? Wednesday? Thursday? Thursday. Yesterday. No. What is time? We had a huge snowstorm on Thursday. Like, it was enormous. We did not go like anywhere. Stores in town were closed, that kind of thing. Like, it was a big storm. So yesterday when we went out, it was still kind of like the aftermath of the big storm. Toot says, I quit. That floss is gone forever. I'm gonna start my new project instead. What color did you lose? I might have more of it. Julie says we got snow, but it was like 1 centimeter most and melted by the afternoon. Yeah, we had significant amounts. 8:30. I'll look and see if I have more of it. But yeah, it was snowy, and we have a little car, which is actually kind of like, it's good and bad in the snow. But because we don't go out very much, she often gets snowed into her spot. So like just getting out of the parking spot, it's a little bit like, you can do it, you can do this, just a little bit over the snowbank, and then we're good to go. But I mean, I've been driving in snow since I was 16. I'm not scared of it. It's just it's more concentration and more being constantly tense than regular driving. So I always kind of forget that it's harder on my body because mentally I don't mind it, but my body physically minds it. That's okay. We're gonna get stuff done today. We're gonna have a good, chill Saturday. We got lots of good food in. We're gonna have more food. We got cosmic chicken nuggets coming in this afternoon. It's probably gonna be dinner. Is cosmic chicken nuggets. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So the current list for tattoos is I've got to do Frank for Cross, and I've got to do Patient 7 for Toot. So if you guys want to add to my list, feel free to redeem. Even if like you just have an idea of what you want to see, you can let me know and I'll see if I can find a decent pattern for it. Just something small. It was fun making the list of motifs because I got to go back and kind of like relive stitching them and like who I stitched them for and what I was doing and thinking when I was stitching them and that kind of thing. So it was nice. It was really nice. And we are getting surprisingly far up the sleeve already. I was looking at it the other day. I was like, oh. Like, in my head, I'm still at the cuff. But I'm about halfway up, at least. I'll show you guys when I unroll next. Okay, I think this is the last stitch of this dark pink. You can see it's just used for, like, details and things. Yeah, I think that's the last stitch of the dark pink. Let's fasten this off. Yeah, look at those, look at all that traveling that I did. Argyle has to go. Thank you so much. You are welcome. I'm glad I could keep you company on this wonderful Saturday morning. Have a good one. I think the one thing I've learned about from doing these tattoos is that the stitching on the waist canvas is shockingly sturdy, and I don't have to worry all that much about things coming unraveled. Like, everything has stood up really well. I haven't had a single thread unravel or untuck itself. Once you wash it, it kind of smooshes together. And it's very lovely. Let's do the second darkest pink. Don't know if this is going to be enough. Oh, this is already 2 threads. Okay, this will be enough floss. I thought this was 1 strand, so I was going to have to fold it over, but no, it is already 2. Moon is finally out of bed and making coffee. Let's go. Let's go. I'm having my camp blood, which is very good. I think I need a bit more Dr. Pepper, though, because my Dr. Pepper is my source of caffeine. You found it! It was in your shirt! Yes! Let's go! Toot using their God-given storage. The safe place was my boobs. That's also my safe place. So last night we were laying in bed and we're both like on our phones, you know, as you do when you're laying in bed about to go to sleep. And I was watching Toot more than my phone because if you guys didn't know, Toot's very pretty and very cute. So yeah. So I was watching Toot more than my phone, and she very like delicately kind of just tilted her chin up and opened her mouth and then let out like this really long vibrato burp and then just kind of like closed her mouth and went back to being super adorable. It was so funny. It was like when a cat yawns and they're like cute, 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 demon cute. It says I hate this and leaves. It was the funniest thing. Perception. I will stop perceiving the Toot soon, but just so you guys know, Toot very cute. Toot very pretty. I am a lucky, lucky man. Moon says Toot, best Toot. Yes. Best Toot indeed. Toot gonna take all of us out. I'm looking at a picture of Toot right now. There's if you guys ever watch Unisonis, which was the Markiplier and Ethan year-long project, they did a one of the bits that they did was a lie detector test, and Mark's girlfriend Amy was the one filming, and Ethan asked like, are you in a serious relationship? And Mark said yes. And Ethan's like, your heart rate rose. And Mark goes, I'm looking at her right now, and smiles. And then Amy behind the camera like makes a barfing noise. That is 100% myself in Toot. But it's okay. You mean now wife? Yes. Girlfriend at the time, wife now. Markiplier has multiplied. Amy is now Mrs. Amy Plier. Can you imagine? That was the name she took. I have another knot. Angry noises. There we go. It worked. The angry noises worked. But yeah, the first picture I ever saw of Toot, because we met online. I don't know if you guys knew that. We met online when we were both in college. The very first picture I ever saw of Toot was them in like Civil War reenactment clothes, standing next to a Abraham Lincoln impersonator. And years later, just recently actually, we found the actual like original of that photo. And now it's on my desk, so I can look at it all the time while I'm working. Moon says one of the first pics I ever saw of Commander was him in a Matrix Halloween costume. Amazing. I'm trying to imagine Commander in his like full beard and hair situation trying to be Keanu Reeves from the Matrix. We were talking the other day about how Moon and I need new grime guards, but neither of us know how to sew. So Toot's idea was to tell Commander that there's no way that Commander would be able to learn how to sew to make good enough grime guards, just to see if he would do it out of spite. So far that tactic hasn't worked, but we're gonna keep trying. Toot says, I just keep seeing the candy cane picture in my... Yeah, one of the first pictures we ever saw of Commander, he was being a candy cane walrus. Ooh, Moon's gonna look for the picture. If his neurodivergent audacity would take over. Yeah. That's what we need. Trigger the neurodivergent audacity. He was really starting to take shape. He's so cute. I'm glad I went with this blue for the eyes. The one in the example is more of like a baby blue, but I used a light electric blue, 995, 996, whichever one is not as dark. Rather, that was a few weeks ago. That wasn't one of the first. Oh, right, yeah. He's been in our house. I thought that, yeah, I'm getting confused. Billy says, time to put down the cross stitch and work on a PowerPoint. You got this. Is it a PowerPoint about how awesome cross stitch is? Because I would very much like to see that PowerPoint. Oh, come on. Get through the fabric. Unfortunately not. Oh, that's too bad. It was about the set we made in class and how we did it. Oh, okay. Ugh, homework PowerPoint. But good luck, you got this. I believe in you. You guys ever need some body doubling, motivation, that kind of thing? That's kind of what my co-working streams are for. Just if you've got stuff to get done and it's like an task, you can come hang out and we're here to support you and help you get it done and that kind of thing. It's due on Monday, but you're fine for words here. Nice. Yeah, how did your essay go? Did you end up getting the rest of the wordage that you needed? Moon says, yes, I love the body doubling. That's honestly the whole reason you joined the other day, because you know you needed to get stuff done. Oh, I'm so glad. It really, it helps me so much. You ended up with, which is about 1370 words, which is over the minus. Nice. Perfect. And I've always found that with stuff like that, like, you could probably find some stuff to pad out with, but it's not adding anything to your point or your argument. after stream, I don't think I'm gonna work on this anymore. I think I'm gonna work on Enchantress a bit because I was getting into a good groove with her. But I like working on the tattoos on stream because it feels more like Unity-y. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you like the tattoos? Do you like to see different projects every week? Yeah, and finding sources about fire guards is surprisingly difficult because most of the research was coming up with information about firemen, like firefighters. Ah, that makes sense, yeah. Mike says, I'm so used to your co-working streams with 10-minute breaks that I feel like 3-minute breaks for normal streams go by too quickly. Yeah, they do go by really fast. Moon says, I love the tattoos. Jilly says, I like the tattoos, but different projects is interesting. And Toot just says, I like you. I like you too. You're my favorite person. Toot immediately regrets saying that. Pelsi, welcome in! Welcome in, Pelsi. To the non-gaming side of Twitch. Hello, hello! Pelsi is a friendo that came over from Cross's community that has been really enjoying the non-gaming streams and thinking about doing some themselves, which is awesome. Because body doubling, hanging out with friends streams are so fun. They're so fun. Like, if you've got a good vibe and a good community going, like, I will sit and watch you do anything. Elsie says, right, y'all have showed me the ways. Yes. Ooh. Oh. I think this needle might be sacrificed to the ghost after stream. Starting to smell. You know, like when your needles start to smell like metal and then they make your fingers smell like metal? Never a fun sensation. I think I have more chenille needles in this size, but I'm not sure. I know I have bigger ones, but I don't necessarily care for the bigger ones. Billy says, I usually swap out needles when they start tarnishing and I find they feel a bit sticky when that happens, but smelling also makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, when they start tarnishing, they get like sticky and then they smell like metal and then... Yeah, I'm there. I'm there with this needle. Actually, I might switch it out now. Yeah, my hand feels sticky. I keep my extra, like, bigger needles that are larger than 24 in this box. These ones with the yellow head, yellow eye, are chenille needles. But it looks like I have no... This is a 20, and this is a 22. It looks like I have no 22s left. Alright, might have to go find some. Maybe Amazon will have some. Because I don't mind using the 20s, but they do require more effort. Oh, I'm gonna thread this on stream for you guys. I mean, although this is cheating, it's a 20. So. Mike says, I keep forgetting there's another side of Twitch beyond makers and crafters. Yeah, so you're the opposite. Moon got rid of one Thursday. Oh, you have many 22s? The black... That's the one with the black head, right? Or is that the 20... And I'm currently working with the 18. I can't remember. The one with the black head is the one that I like to use. Yeah, okay. I still might order some more so that we're not dipping too much into each other's stashes. I wasn't supposed to put a stitch there, but that's fine. It lives there now. There's just a little bit of extra, like, outlining. Like, this is just the shading, so it's fine. You guys would like to see the pattern that I'm using, I will show it to you. This is from the Perler Bead site, and another reason that I like Perler Bead sites is that it is pixel art, but it also is a grid, so you can see there are like little circles for each stitch, so it makes counting a lot easier than just straight pixel art. So this is the pattern that I'm using, and it's just a JPEG image. For Toots, I usually rechart into Pattern Keeper for her. Lee Duff, welcome in! Thanks so much for joining us. Toot uses the doesn't use the 2022s, you only use the 24-26? Okay, so I will steal some from you then, when I come sacrifice this to the ghost. The other thing about this big boy is that it comes unthreaded really easily. How do I do this? Cross stitch? Or stitching on a sweater? Because stitching on a sweater, I'm using 14 count waist canvas. So after I'm finished with this motif, I'll pull out these white threads, and that'll leave just the stitching on the hoodie like this. Cross stitch. Okay. Cross stitch is very simple. You start with a fabric that has a grid on it, and then following a pattern that shows you, I think it's just, yeah, YT. Following a pattern that shows you where to place your stitches, you just create little X's in the appropriate box using needle and floss. If you would like to know more, to put up the link to my YouTube channel, I do have some tutorials up there for beginners. You want to watch the one on how to stitch from a kit. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but that'll get you started and also give you some terms to Google search up on YouTube. But yeah, you need the gridded fabric, which is called Ada, and tapestry needle, and then embroidery floss, all of which you can find at your local craft store. You can also find it probably except for the Ada, you can find it at the dollar store as well, but it's going to be harder to use dollar store materials. Mike says, I was drawn to Twitch from YouTube by DH, so your perspective is definitely different from Pelsy's. Yes. Yeah, for sure. I drew a couple people over from the YouTubes, because I'm also live on YouTube right now, concurrently. Hello, YouTube. I don't get many chatters over there. But yeah. Jilly says, I should check your YouTube at some point, actually. I don't think I've ever been over there. Yeah, go ahead. I haven't updated it much recently. I'm doing more shorts lately. But I do, I have posted a couple of shorts. I just posted one that was my 30-second whip parade, so the first stream in January, I did a whip parade here on the channel, on stream, on live. I did a whip parade on the stream, and then I cut it down into 30 seconds of just me, like, plopping the project down and announcing the name of it. That was a fun one to edit. Fall back. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Toot. Jilly says, I think I found you through a cross-stitch Reddit asking about other communities, and that took me to the Discord. Oh, cool. It was either that or we were in a cross-stitch Discord and there was a link for yours, something like that. I do advertise in a couple of servers. So yeah, that would be great. That's great. Yeah, I think Twitch is something that not a lot of cross-stitchers know about. But it's a fantastic community, and it's a lot of fun. If you're looking for more stitchers to follow, I know most of you here already know, and Toot, if you could do shoutouts for Moonphased, who is going to be live again tomorrow evening with some cross-stitch, and cross-stitch Entity, if you may know from the name, does cross-stitch, and he'll be live on Tuesday actually working on one of my patterns, which is very cool. And if you follow both of them on Instagram as well, Cross has been uploading some progress pictures of next month's Patreon pattern. Looking really good. So yeah, follow those two people. Follow them on socials. Mike says, on the YouTube side, I'm trying to encourage more cross-migration. The Cross Stitch the Globe YouTube channel did a video earlier this week on ways to meet other stitchers and did not mention Twitch. So I made a plug for Twitch in a comment. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I used to watch Cross Stitch the Globe. They shouted me out in a couple of videos back when I was actively doing like regular floss tube videos, but I haven't watched them in a while. Jilly says, it looks like I follow them both already on here, but I'll make sure to check out their other socials. Perfect. But yeah, I watch a lot of FlossTube, but it's kind of difficult to find one that you really super vibe with, I've found. So I like watching people's like whip parades or their first floss tubes, which a lot of the times is a whip parade, to kind of get to know them a little bit, and then I decide if I want to keep watching. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting floss tube out there for sure. And it's a lot of like younger stitchers showing off the stuff they're working on. Julie says, I just don't usually make it on because of time zones. Yeah, for sure. Because you're UK based. One that you might like, and Toot, if you could do a shout out as well, is Demonic Babs, who's a friend of ours, because she streams really early on Sundays for me. Like she starts at like 7 a.m. on a Sunday, which would be probably a bit more. I mean, it's 5 hours later than 7, so whatever that is. I can't do math. Thank you. Mike says Discord is a really cool aspect of Twitch too, because it's a way of sharing that is not so performance based as floss tubes. It's about 12, yeah. And Julie says, I like the Reddit because of the different age groups on there too. It's really interesting, yeah. Cross Stitch really is bringing different demographics together. And I find that it's not even that like older people are stitching different stuff than younger people. There's a lot of overlap in what people are stitching. It's like I dislike the term "it's not your grandma's cross stitch" because it sounds like there's something wrong with your grandma's cross stitch. But it's just there are other cool stuff out there now, as well as grandma's cross stitch, if that makes sense. I just went right through the weave on that. That's not good. I've got to fix that one. Miko, welcome in. We are all just different types of grannies. Yep. Oh my god, Miko, if you guys aren't in the Discord, you should be in the Discord. But also, Miko showed off a tattoo that they just did for Cult of the Lamb. Oh, it looks so good. Looks so good. Julie says, I started after my grandma died a few years ago, but had some other crafting experience from when we were younger and went to visit. Nice. I started fiber crafting after my great-grandmother passed away. And neither of my grandmothers did anything crafty, really. But I started knitting after my great-grandmother passed away, but I ended up with some of her needles and things, which has been really lovely, with some of her needles and some of her old pattern books. So I think I need to start a new thread because this is, or get a smaller needle because this is just constantly unthreading on me. But guys, I have been talking for so long that it is noon. And you know what we do at noon. We have to go offline before my lungs start complaining. So I am going to, unfortunately, have to wrap it there. It's just too bad. So we got a lot done. Here's Mew. Mew is looking very Mewy. I love it. So let me just unroll this to kind of show you what I'm working with. I guess I'm not like halfway up. So this patch is the shoulder. So I'm gonna fill up to. I think I'm gonna go around. But yeah, we're working our way up there. So you can see Gengar here. So what I did was when I based, this is the tail from the basting. When I based around the other motifs so that I know where they are. So Mew's just going to be tucked right over his ear, which is going to be super cute. And yes, this is the tattoo sweater. So we've got all kinds of motifs. I need to put something there next, I think. Maybe I'll put Frank here and then Patient 7 like up here. My plan is, I promise I'm going to wrap up stream in a second. My plan is for spots like this, what I would like to do, in spots like this and spots like this, I'm kind of saving little scraps of waste canvas. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to baste them in with like an outline of where the stitches are and then just fill stuff in. Like do flowers, do stars, do moons, that kind of thing to just kind of fill in the space. Because I'm not great at freehand embroidery. I love this one, this little tiny spirit box that says here, and also my move along. But freehand embroidery is not my thing, so I think I'm gonna just like fill it in with little tiny patches of waste canvas and do that. And then I'm worrying less about making sure that the motifs are like right on top of each other. Like this Shark Witch is getting awfully close to early there. But also with the Shark Witch, I added some more bubbles down here to fill in the space with the Stormtroopers. So yeah. Yeah, I love this project. It's so fun. It's gonna take me forever to do, but it's really fun. And then on the other sleeve, I've got just one motif, because I want to fill up this one first. But this one is Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes, which I actually designed this, and I'm thinking of releasing it as a freebie. Thinking of releasing it as just like a little fun freebie, because it's very hard to find Figrin Dan patterns. And Moon says it's really cool because you can wear it while working on it. Exactly, yeah. As soon as I finish a motif, I can wear the sweater again. And I do. It's one of my most frequently worn sweaters. I love it. It makes me feel happy to be like covered in my art. All right, but I have, okay, I'm going to snooze the ads again. I have snoozed ads twice, so we need to end. We need to go. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was a really fun stream. Thank you, Kali, for the resub. Thank you, Cross, for the bits. Thank you, everybody, for grabbing your daily coffee. Thank you for hydrating me frequently. So we've talked about the Discord a lot. If you're not in the Discord, please hop on in. Toot will be back tomorrow morning for Ghost Church. So so if you want some more body doubling, if you've got work to do, and you need a little boost on a Sunday morning, then Toot is your person. She'll be playing Phasmophobia and have the same task list up that I do, with kind of the same breaks set up. So yeah, definitely follow Toot if you don't already follow Toot. We're gonna go for Ghost Church, and then like I said, Moon is gonna be live tomorrow evening, and Cross is back on Tuesday for more cross stitch. Check out the shops. We have a new drop, which is the Beltane Witch. Another new drop coming next week, as well as the pattern for the Patreons, the minis this month. So yeah, okay, I think that is all the promo that I need to do. So I will put up the raid message and we'll find someone to raid out to. Let's see, who is live? We want to make a new friend. Someone is 3D printing floppy disks, which I love that for us as a people. All right. So let's head on over. Usually we raid Z, but I am going to head on over. We're going to hang out with Madame Akula, who is just getting started, finishing a LaCroix can. So I'm going to start the raid. Grab your raid message. If you are subbed, grab the first one. If you're not subbed, grab the second one. And yeah, we're going to start the raid here. So, my friends, I will see you in the coffee shop. I will see you in the Discord server. I'll see you on Gigi's treat table. But most importantly, my friends, I will see you in my heart. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.